Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. would have turned 75 years old. While his life was tragically cut short almost 36 years ago, his words still inspire to this day.
I have a dream. My poor little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today.
Dr. King's oldest daughter, Yolanda King, is working to continue his legacy and inspire future generations to celebrate diversity. She's put together a collection of stories and poems written by people from all walks of life. The book is called Open My Eyes, Open My Soul, Celebrating Our Common Humanity. Yolanda King, good morning. Good to have you.
Good to be here.
This is your 36th year celebrating your dad's birthday without him, and I'm just wondering, is this still a tough day for you?
Some years it is. This year it's wonderful. I think because of this project, it's given me a lot of fuel, and I really feel his spiritual presence and his spirit with me.
What inspired this project? Obviously, your dad's incredible work,
Yes.
but why did you decide, I need to put this collection together to really illustrate all that he strived for in his life?
Exactly. I was approached by Yolanda Tate, my co-creator, about a year and a half ago, and a lot of good ideas come to me, but this one really resonated because for most of my career, I have really presented these themes through my work as an actress, through my work as a speaker. It was a natural extension of what I've been doing all of my life. My first play was about a woman, a queen, who receives presents and gifts from people of different cultures. So this is a continuation of what has always been there.
The second line is celebrating our common humanity.
That's it.
What do you mean by that, our common humanity?
The fact that when we look on the face of any man or woman, we should recognize that that's our brother and sister. We come from the same source, and so we're all connected.
I know that in the foreword, your mom, Coretta
Yes.
Scott King, says that this book is a spiritual travel guide that takes its readers on myriad journeys deep into the hearts and souls of the wonderful, diverse human beings who populate these pages. How did you go about finding people to contribute to this? Because I would think it would be very difficult to winnow it down.
Oh, it was really tough. We received over 1,000 submissions from all people, from all walks of life, from all over the world. And we had to whittle it down to just what we chose here. Obviously, our favorites. That's why we have no favorites.
Yolanda, why didn't you write an essay?
Well, you know, I thought about it, but we really wanted to use this as a forum to expose these very talented writers who don't get enough exposure. And it never dawned on me to even consider my story.
Well, you know, some of the notable people included Muhammad Ali,
Yes.
Maya Angelou, Robert Kennedy Jr. Let's take a look at the excerpt of the poem that Maya Angelou sent in for the project.
Yes.
I've sailed upon the 7 seas. I've stopped in every land. I've seen the wonders of the world, but not yet one common man. I know 10,000 women named Jane or Mary Jane, but I still have not seen any who really were the same. Mirror twins can differ, although their features jibe, and lovers think quite different thoughts while lying side by side.
You've often quoted Maya Angelou, whose name is often mispronounced as Angelou, but it's Angelou, in a lot of your speeches. Why was it so important for you to include her in this anthology?
Oh, her work is so poignant and so powerful and so simple that everyone can understand it. It really stirs your soul.
We should also mention that your dad envisioned a day when people overcame all racial, cultural, and religious differences. It wasn't just about race for him. It was all the cultural divide. So let's listen to us some of the story that college student Sarah Kessler contributed to this book.
One day, while scouring the classroom for the glittery razzmatazz crayon that a little girl needed to finish her project, I felt a small hand tap my shoulder and heard a little voice ask me, "Excuse me, are you Chinese?" Surprised that this little girl had the courage to ask, I replied, "No, I'm Korean," and gave her a little smile to let her know it was all right to ask questions. She turned to her friend, who asked her what I had said. The words she said affected me more than any criticism, insult, or compliment I had ever received before in my life. She whispered back, "I think she said she's a crayon."
How far do you think we've come since your dad's death? You know, he wanted so much to remove racism from our society, and sometimes I feel so discouraged. I feel like it's as prominent as ever. Do you feel that way, or do you feel like we've really gained some ground?
Yeah, well, I think because I get a chance to participate and see people working actively together to build bridges, to come together all across the world, really, that I am so encouraged. That's the reason why we put this together, because I think there's more of this happening than the other. The focus, however, is on the negative, on us not working together. And I think what we feed grows, and so we need to continue to feed the idea that we are all one.
Do you often wonder what your father would have accomplished had he lived?
Oh, yeah. I think the world would be better if he was still with us.
Well, Yolanda King, we appreciate your coming in to tell us about this collection. Open My Eyes, Open My Soul, celebrating our common humanity. So nice to see you.
Oh, it's wonderful to be here. Thank you.
When we come back, getting your child to eat without driving yourself crazy, we'll have advice from Dr. Brazelton on that. But first, this is Today on NBC.